All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Time for another ball review. Been on hiatus for a couple of months, but out there bowling the PBA 50 Tour. We've had 4 releases since I've been bowling out there. I did the Summit earlier. Now today we're going to look at one of the new 900 Global balls, the Xponent. This ball is featuring a new Shrapnel 2.0 symmetrical core, and it's wrapped around with the 701 reverse blend cover stock. And the numbers on this ball are, oh, I don't even know the numbers. I forgot now. Time out. What are the numbers? And I'm back. Numbers on this ball are 2.48 and 0.042. So this should be a little bit weaker than the Phaze 2. And today I'm going to show you what this ball is made of. I'm going to compare it to the new Summit and also a oldie but a goodie, the Phaze 2. How did I drill all 3 of these balls? Well, the Phaze 2 is drilled my regular drilling, the 5 by 4.5 by 2 3/4 layout. On the Summit and on this Xponent, I drilled a little stronger. We went 4 3/4 by 4.5 by 2 1/4 VLS layout. And on the Summit, it's 4 3/4 by 4 3/4 by 2 for on the Summit. So what does that do? That puts the pins a little bit higher for me. That way they'll pick up more in the mid lane and kind of read the dry a little bit quicker than my older layout was 5 by 4.5 by 2 3/4, which that layout is going to be making it a little bit slower for me. All right, let me get on here on lane 40, throw some of these bowling balls and see what they do. All right, we had a little technical difficulties. We're filming the intro that way. We changed it over here. We had to move the lights. Come on, cameraman. We got to get this down. All right, let's go out here, lane 40, Xponent. We're here early in the morning on it, and there is a fresher house shot. But I practice on 39 and 40. 39 has a little bit of, seems like there's a little carry down, so it's not getting through the mid lane the way I like. So I'm going to bowl on lane 40, and I'm going to compare the Xponent with the Phaze 2 and the Summit. All right, we're going to do our usual thing. And I'm going to stay a little bit to the right, more in the track area like I like to. And we're going to see how this goes. Hopefully I won't stick. Starting off good, starting off good. All right, as you can see, the ball is nice. Got down the lane on this fresh house shot. The solid cover is going to make it pick up in the mid lane, but it wasn't jerky down the lane, okay? It was nice and smooth. And that's part of what the stronger layout I have on it compared to my older layouts I've been using for the last year. So I'm going to make a little bit of adjustment, move left, and see if that changes my reaction at all. Really liking this ball. This ball is pretty much a benchmark ball for everybody, and I'm not sure how many different patterns we can use it on or how it relates to different house shots, but because I've only had it for a couple weeks. But we're going to see over the next year. Oh, bad shot. All right, got a little more left. You can see the last one I threw it out to the right. It was a lot slower. I moved it a little bit left and then more oil, and it was a little quicker off the dry. So I'm going to try to make a better shot because that was not a very good one. Some of you might be thinking with this benchmark ball, is it going to be replacing the Phaze 2 or anything like that? I believe it's it's weaker than the Phaze 2. It's going to give it a little different shape. It's not as continuous off the dry as the Phaze 2 is, because that Phaze 2 has a stronger core, and you'll see when I throw the Summit, that core and cover is stronger than this one as well. All right, a little more left because they're hooking. There we go. Dead nutted. That was nutted. Nut. Sorry, Darren. I had to do it. Had to steal it. All right, that's looking pretty good. All right, one more shot and move a little bit more left, and then we'll compare it to the other 2 balls that I brought today. Haven't really changed the surface on this. It's out of box. I did scratch it a little bit when I bowled at Lightning Strikes, a little bit with 1,000 very lightly, just to get it to pick up a little earlier because we had a little more volume of oil there for the 40-foot Monticelli pattern. But other than that, it's shining up nice, and it's rolling, coming off the dry the way I like. All right, a little more left. Like 11, 12 at the arrows. Oh, less like I did the last one. That was good. Not as good. Came around a little bit. Not bad. Got a little left. Came around a little bit more than the last one. But you can see it's very smooth reading the dry, and that's what we like to see when we're straighter players. We like to see the ball get down the lane and read the dry very in an arcing motion. We don't want to see it jackknife or come off too sharp, because then we feel we have to get bigger angles. And when we bowl against higher rev rate players where that's their game, we're going to be at a disadvantage. All right, I'm going to throw the Phaze 2 next and see how that compares to this ball. Now the surface on the Phaze 2 is about 2,000 on a spinner, because I was using it out there on the PBA 50 tour, so it might be a little cleaner off the dry than the Xponent. This cover is a little bit older too, so, but we're gonna do it again. I'm gonna start to the right like I did last time and see if it's as smooth and slow as the first ball was with the Xponent. And it was. So, because that cover, I don't know, the core cover combinations are going to be different from bowler to bowler. It says it should be a weaker cover than the Phaze 2, and the core should be a little bit weaker. But for me, it seemed like the Phaze 2 was a little bit longer, but that cover is, you know, for the Phaze 2 is a little bit older, so it might help us get the ball down the lane better than with the Xponent. All right, I'm going to move left. Throw that again. Phaze 2 is one of my favorite bags, very versatile. Could use it on anything. All right, let's move left. Yeah, a little, like I did the third shot with the Xponent, that was a little rounded, and it did slow down a little bit. It could be because of the surface prep that I have on it, because I moved in a little bit more oil. We're gonna move one more time. I'm gonna move to the left and see if I can throw a little right and see if it gets it off the dry a little sharper. Got another straggler.
You pay people to do your dirty work?
Sometimes. Okay, it could be, you know, because this is a 5-inch layout compared to the 4 3/4 on that. I know it's a 1/4 inch. Not sure how much that really relates in the ball motion. I mean, it's going to be a little bit earlier than this one, but not by much. I mean, we're cutting hairs there. So, all right, let's time to move left and throw it a little more right and see if I get a quicker reaction off the dry than with the Xponent when I move left. Exactly. Do it more left to right. You can see it picking up in the mid lane, and it was just quicker off the dry than the Xponent. The Xponent was a little bit slower. So a lot of with these balls that we're coming out with the cores and the cover combinations, really got to not really pay attention to the numbers as much as in how they roll when you roll them, because everybody's different. Bowling is so individual. The way I throw the ball and the way you throw the ball might be a little bit different, but the shape of the ball that it's designed for is going to be the same. It just depends on if it's going to be earlier or later on how fast or slow you throw or how much rev rate you have. I'm going to switch over to the Summit, which should be a stronger ball than both of these. Oh, why did I reset it? Oh well. Oh, I did. We're not shooting spares today. All right, so I'm going to be to the right. Now this one should be a lot earlier than both, and it should rev up a lot earlier because of that AI core that's in the Summit. But we will see on today's house shot here. All right, move back to the right, go a little straighter and see what it does. Oh, that's left. We're gonna do that again. Videos, gotta get back in the groove. Good thing I reset it. All right, let's make a better shot. I really like the Summit, how it revs up. This is the second one I've drilled. The one I made in the video was more of a pin down for me. This one's more of a pin up. So eventually we can make a video of that. A couple pin down compared to pin ups. All right, let's see if I can make a better shot than the last one. That was horrible. There you go. Now and it was earlier, slower off the dry that play to the right. Now I'm going to move left and see if it gets some more of a in-between reaction. It's still going to get down the lane, but hopefully it won't be as slow as that last one was. This is a newer version of the cover that is on the Phaze 2, more of a hybrid version. Let's see. All right. More closer to second arrow. Let's see. Come on, Petey Weedy, do it. There you go. And still, even though I move left, you can see how much stronger that ball is compared to both of the Phaze 2 and the Xponent. All right, one more shot. I'm going to move farther left, throw it to the right like I did the Phaze 2. So it should want to rev up more and hopefully be quick as it was the Phaze 2 was, but it might not be, especially since this ball is a lot stronger than the Phaze 2. Got a little frog in my throat today. Drinking my coffee, my Sips coffee. All right, more in between second and third arrow. Let's see. And get this sucker to shape right. There we go. And like I said, a little rounded on that one. When I get left, I want to be a little rounded. But still, what I'm bowling on, I'm getting a little over with that ball because of how strong it is compared to the other two. All right, so now it's time to get back to the Xponent. We're going to see how far left I can actually go today. Make it a little fun. Now with the with the Xponent, because the cover seems to be a little bit weaker than the Phaze 2 and the Summit covers, this one does shine up a little quicker. So when it comes to surface prep, depending on how long the ball is going, when it shines up, you might have to scuff it a little bit, maybe with 2,000. I mean, if you're low, really slow ball speed, you don't want to do too much. You don't want to do like 1,000. You might want to do 2,000, just to get it to give it a little bit of teeth down the lane where all the friction's at. All right, let's move farther left. See if I can come around it a little bit, make the ball shape. Uh-oh, came around it. The love. I'm feeling the love with this ball. All right, let's get farther left. Might have to come around it more to get the shape because of my low rev rate, but we will see. Digging this ball. All right, come around it a little bit more this time. I don't know what to tell you. If you're low rev rate like me, and you like the ball to come off the dry and shape the right way, the Phaze 2 might be a little too strong in the back end, sharp, be a little too sharp for you, and you think maybe if you scuff that cover up, it might make it too slow. But this Xponent, just the way it's rolling off the dry, it's really predictable every time. And whenever you can just get that predictability down lane off the dry, you could change your hand positions and you can trust that it's going to make the right shape every time. All right, let's move more left. Wheeling. We are wheeling. Wheeling. All right, more around it though. I'm going to come around it more. I can't say anymore. I mean, right now the way the pattern is out there, the house shot, and the way I'm rolling that ball, the more I come around it, it's still rolling even. I throw it straighter, it just slows down a little bit. We're gonna have a little TV timeout. All right, so now I'm getting so far left with the Xponent, we see how nice and easy and smooth it is off the dry with every shot I make. I'm gonna throw one shot with the Phaze 2 and one shot with the Summit that deep and see if those balls are a little bit earlier. And actually I said, well, the Summit should be earlier and slower, but hopefully with the more oil in the middle, it's gonna get down the lane a little bit better. And the Phaze 2 should be a little bit sharper, but we'll see. Phaze 2 first, same spot as it was with the last one. I'm gonna come around it and loop it. This might slow down a little too much because it's a stronger ball, but we'll see. Oh, that's really around it. It was. From A to B, it was a little straighter, and it came off the pattern a lot sharper, even though I came around it a lot, but it's reading not as smooth as the Xponent. It's a little quicker, but by a little bit. All right, now let's throw the Summit. Same thing, I'm gonna come around it, throw it to the dry. Should be might slow down a little bit more than I want. Oh, that's a bad one. Or not. Or not. That was perfect. Got in a little deeper, rolled it more, came around it, but it still was earlier than the Xponent. All right, throw the Xponent one more time. I'm digging it. All right, let's move back a little bit back to the right where I'm gonna be comfortable with this ball, where it might be, just to see if we can just close this out with a nice shot. Oh, that's not a good one. Almost 5, 7, 10. One more. That one wasn't as good. All right, last shot here. We'll wrap this up. There you go. Still not bad. You can see as I'm throwing it, getting around, it's getting slower and slower because I'm taking oil off the lane. Well, guys, that's my ball review on the new 900 Global Xponent.